How's it going, everyone? I want to go over a couple of updates in this video. Of course, the PlayStation Plus game catalog update is rolling out right now. I want to quickly go through that as we've talked about it a few times at this point, but nice to reiterate it as everything is going live. And some more free DLC is coming, and that'll be dropping on March 23rd. It's for Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, and that's been one of the most consistent titles as far as consistently getting free DLC. They've done a pretty good job in supporting that game. I'm not like a gigantic fan of the Xenoverse titles, but wanted to give that a mention in just a little bit. Alright, first up, the PlayStation Plus game catalog update is rolling out right now. For those of you that are Plus Extra or Plus Premium subscribers, you'll definitely want to know of this. Right off the top, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, not Xenoverse, but Kakarot, a game that I did really enjoy, and a game that recently had a free PlayStation 5 upgrade is being rolled out into the service. Now, this is a nice addition, but bear in mind that this is also a game that has quite a bit of DLC, so I think it's a pretty good strategy. I don't know if they really think about things like this, but from a Bandai Namco standpoint, it's like, okay, let's offer the base Kakarot game at this point, and if people like it, they can buy the DLC as well. The DLC is actually fairly good. They just dropped an episode that was the Bardock DLC, expands the story of Bardock and adds his story into the game. And then they also had a Future Trunks episode. They've got a tournament arc episode coming out, which is actually from the original Dragon Ball, and I am still hopeful that at some point they'll do some sort of Broly content for DBZ Kakarot, but we'll see if that ultimately happens. The game itself is fairly good. The base game takes you through the entirety of the story of Z, from the beginning with the Saiyan arc all up until the end of the Buu saga, so pretty good. You know, I wouldn't say it's the definitive way to experience the Dragon Ball story. I think the best way is obviously, I mean, the anime for sure has issues. You know, the 6-episode power-up scenes aren't, you know, the best things in the world, but overall I still enjoyed the anime. But Kakarot's a good way to revisit the story, and a good open-world action RPG as well. Final Fantasy Type 0 HD being added as well. This is a game that I know a lot of people picked up back in 2015, myself included, for a whopping $59.99. And yes, this is a PlayStation Portable game that's upgraded for a PlayStation 4 release. It's a PSP game, so, you know, dropping $60 on it was kind of hard to stomach, but the reason we did it was because Final Fantasy XV's episode Duskgate demo came with Type 0 HD pre-orders, and yeah, we were just all down bad enough to spend $60 to essentially play a demo, and at the time of release day, I definitely got more playtime out of the demo. But Type 0 itself is a fairly decent game. It's just not one that is by any stretch of the imagination worth $60. It doesn't have that Crackdown effect going on, where a lot of people bought Crackdown for the Halo 3 beta and then realized, hey, Crackdown's actually an awesome game. Maybe awesome's a bit of a stretch, but it was a really good game. In the case of Type 0 HD, a PSP game is gonna be a PSP game, but it's still a fairly good game with a relatively mature story as well. I would say check it out as a part of a Plus Extra update. I think it's a decent addition. Ghostwire Tokyo, talked about this quite a bit. I wouldn't play it right now, but there is a major update coming in April that is gonna add not only additional content from a new mode, but also it's gonna be expanding story content with extended cutscenes, and there's some updates coming to the game in April that they haven't even been completely, you know, they haven't just, they wanted to keep some things under wraps, but it looks to be a major update, the Spider's Thread update, so I would just wait a little while and then play it once that update drops. But Ghostwire Tokyo is a fairly good game. I did a lengthy review of the game, and I had a good time with it. It's just, would I say it's worth $60? Probably not, but hey, as a part of a Plus Extra update, once again, I think this is a nice addition. Haven, a cooperative RPG, a story-driven RPG. Very simplistic. The game is super, super easy from a combat standpoint, but I believe what they were going for is trying to create a game that would be engaging to play with your significant other, and potentially a significant other that isn't into video games at all. I think, you know, it's a game story that is super easy to get into, and again, the combat is super, super easy, so don't even worry about that. You've got some RPG elements in there as well. I enjoyed the game. I like the art style. I like the soundtrack. Thought there was a lot to like, and a nice addition to Plus Extra as well. You've got Mortals Phoenix Rising, which this was a game that I had my issues with, but I understand why a lot of people enjoyed it. As a Plus Extra edition, yeah, definitely check it out. It's an open world, colorful RPG. A lot of the humor didn't click with me, but you know, it does have some unique gameplay elements, and I think that was the standout element of the game, the combat and whatnot, and a lot of variety in the gameplay as well. You know, a lot of content in Phoenix Rising, so definitely one to check out. Life is Strange 2, Life is Strange True Colors, nice to see those get added. Neo, The World Ends With You, a game that I rave about all the time. Just a fantastic fantastic game. Unfortunately, from a commercial standpoint, seemingly didn't do all too well, but a tremendous soundtrack, a great story, solid cast of characters. It's not the biggest budget RPG in the world, and you can definitely see that come through. You know, it did get released on the Nintendo Switch as well, and I like the art style, but just don't expect anything blow away from a technical standpoint. The story's good, soundtrack is tremendous, one of the best soundtracks that you're gonna find out of an RPG, so yeah, just find it. Even by Square Enix standard, which they always drop games with great soundtracks, like this is on a very, very high level, so definitely check that out. Rage 2, not a big fan of it. Some people enjoyed it. You know, not a game that I really dug. Street Fighter V Champion Edition, Chia, which is a brand new release. Always like to see that. Open world adventure game. You know, I know that Plus Extra is definitely never gonna be Game Pass level with adding, you know, big budget titles, like at least not anytime soon. We're not getting Atomic Heart, we're not getting Wolong, but games at the level of a Chia, games at the level of a Stray, I think are nice additions, so it's good to see that. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Extraction, Uncharted Legacy of Thieves Collection being added as well, and then you've got Untitled Goose Game rounding out the extra lineup. Then I also want to note, for the Classics catalog, PS1 title Ridge Racer Type 4, for PSP, Ape Escape 2, Siphon Filter Dark Mirror, great addition, in my opinion, with Siphon Filter Dark Mirror as well. So overall, a solid month for Plus Extra. Obviously, you know, people can definitely have their you know, opinions on Plus Premium. Do I want to see more depth in terms of the premium titles added? Absolutely, but what we're getting here, I still think is fairly decent, so titles to check out there. Alright, moving on from that, I do quickly want to know Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 DLC free update number 16 will be launching March 23rd. DLC character in Piccolo Power Awakening has been announced as well. A lot of this is taken from the new Dragon Ball movie that dropped. I guess it's not really fair to say it's new. I believe it came out back in August of last year. I went to theaters and watched it, and that was like the first time, I think, ever in my life that I went to a theater to watch an anime movie. I think it was? I don't exactly remember, but, you know, I enjoyed it. I know a lot of people had reservations about the 3D artwork and whatnot. I thought it was a fine movie, though. The free update will include a plethora of new content, Awoken Skill of the Beast Mode, 3 raid quests, 2 new costumes and accessories, 5 Super Souls, 7 CC mascots, and 51 loading screen illustrations as well. And then a third additional playable character for the downloadable content, Hero of Justice Pack 2, will be revealed at some point as well. So, exciting stuff there. Again, the DLC character in Piccolo Power Awakening, that is a DLC character, but the free update will be adding in a plethora of new content pieces, so you can look forward to that. The game itself these days, fairly cheap. You can get it for like $7.49 on sale, and it is available on Plus Extra on top of that, so nice game to check out as a part of that catalog. But that's gonna do it for me. Again, PlayStation Plus game catalog update for March is rolling out right now. A lot of nice additions with that. And then Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 DLC free update 16 launches on March 23rd. That'll do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.